Sky 672, and Freeview 97. Introducing the Shop Unlimited rewards program. Earn 1 reward point for every £1 you spend. Then use your points to save on future purchases. 100 points equals £1 saving. Save even more by subscribing to our newsletter, liking us on Facebook, and enjoy a special birthday treat every year. Plus, get 100 points instantly just for joining, for free. Shop Unlimited. Shop it, earn it, love it. Rewards just got even better at Shop Unlimited.
Ooh, now then, I've got out the rotating platform. Yay! Now, this is really, really, really cool. Lisa brought this out. Oh, it was only a few weeks ago, actually, if that. It's such a good idea. I mean, you might have seen like your Lazy Susans and all that before, which are fab. What I love about this that Lisa's sorry, that was me water. But the lid wrong. What Lisa's done, she's given us the platform. Now you do get your little cutting mat, so it's got loads of different sizes on there. So a self-healing cutting mat that you can leave in, or you can take that out if you wish. The choice is yours. For this, I am going to be taking that out. I like that it's double-sided as well, just in case, because one you might be keeping clean, the other one you might be cutting on. Okay, so that's your cutting mat, which fits absolutely perfectly. I'll put that down there. And then we've got the mat. This is what makes, for me, this is your game changer. So, and this is important. So you've got your acetate with all the measurements on. I don't use measurements, but it helps me line up. So for me, something like that really, really helps me visualize where I'm putting everything, which I love. I think that's such a good idea. So we've got that first of all. So to use it, we have the tacky mat. Okay. So if I take the cover off one side of my tacky mat, oh, it smells great, which I know it's a bit weird. And then a lot of people like petrol smells, don't they? Yeah. I'm a tacky mat sniffer. Who knew? Who knew that? That's a new thing between us crafters. I was going to say email in, but yeah, we won't receive it. Don't do that. Not just you, but yeah. Conversations you shouldn't be having on telly. What weird things you sniff? Don't do that. Don't email in that bit. Right. So I'm being a bit careful lining it up because I generally put these on wrong immediately. In fact, what I'm going to do is pop it on there because I feel I might have more luck doing it that way. This is something I do get wrong. Not wrong. It isn't wrong. You don't get it wrong because you can take it back off again. It's not a big deal, but I never, ever, ever line it up properly straight away, especially on live TV. So hopefully it's good enough. Oh, it needs budging over that way a bit. Oh, I'm going to be fussy. I am going to budge it over that way a bit. If I don't get it spot on this time, I am going to leave it. But let me just line it up down there. Yes, perfect. So, tacky mat. Now, why is that so good? I will show you why this is so good. So, for starters, on the platform, you've got the little sticky things on your bottom. So it means, yes, so it means you're not sliding all over the place, which means you've got the perfect spin. Your sticky things on your bottom are very, very handy. I'm not going to lose anything. I'm going to put everything there. So to use this, now, your cardstock. What cardstock are we using? As you can see, it's got the dimensions, portrait and landscape for your different size of cards. Now, this is A5, my A5 card. Although we haven't got the perfect thingy in there, you can easily line it up with one of these lines, and I can show you other way because look, Can you see? You can easily, I think this is bigger than A5 actually. You can easily line it up, which is perfect. I think this is bigger than A5. I tell you for why, because I've cut this out of American A4. So it fits on perfectly. I love that because now I'm going to be using my stencil. I think I'll go for a smaller card anyway, actually. Let me show you that. I'm going to go for, and see, tacky matte, but it peels off perfectly. No residue. So there's no stickiness. There's nothing, there's nothing. It doesn't feel tack it when you've peeled it off, which is absolutely perfect. So I've got some pieces of A6 cut. Now, the reason when you put these on, can you see? So these little dots here, this will help you line up your stencil. Can you see? And that's why the little dots are on the top and on the side. I really like that because, again, depending on your size of card, if you can see those, it means that you're going to be able to line up your stencil perfectly every single time. So let's go for this. So let me pop my card there, like so. If you line it up properly as well, it does mean if you take your card off for any reason, you can put it back in the same place. So it means your card will always be lined up properly. Now let's pop that there. So that's on my, there we go. And look, it holds it in place. So it means you're not worrying about your stencil moving. You're not worried about holding it down or spraying it with any of your adhesives. It's going to be held in place. Now, the inks I'm using, I do believe these come in a set of 4, I think. Or they might, I'm not sure. Or it might be a set of 3. Let's have a look. So, these are different ones then. This might be the one. I've got Helen Teal. Yay! So I've got my Helen Teal and I have got a cheeky pina colada. Yay! And an early sunrise. Yes. So early sunrise as well, I believe. I believe that was an individual. Yay! Superb. Now, look, the other brilliant thing. Look at that. That is stuck on my tacky mat. Honestly, genius. Absolute genius. Now, I have got one of the brushes. Check these out. They are on the website. Now, your adhesive mat, your tacky mat, obviously you're going to get ink on that. Please don't worry if your ink doesn't come off completely. It's not a big deal. It's not going to ruin it, okay? With your tacky mat. So, and you can wash it. If it loses its tack, if it gets covered in dogger or, fibres from the cardstock, you can actually wash that tacky mat. Just under tap, leave it to dry. Bob's your uncle. Seriously, it's so easy to look after. Now, what I'm doing first of all, let's cover part of my card, and then I'll move it for my other colour to layer on top of. Okay, because what I love about this is the fact that it does work and is easy to layer. So what I'm actually going to do is take this off. Now, I know I'm not lining it up. I know I'm going to sort of cheat a little bit, but that's absolutely fine. Isn't that a cool stencil? So take that off. Now, bear in mind, this is brand new. So it does mean that tacky mat is seriously tacky. You know what I mean? However, even though it's brand new, it's still, I'm not fighting with it. I'm not struggling to actually pull that card off. So let's put some ink on this side. And then I'm going to change my ink round. So, and now at this stage, you should really clean your stencil. I'm not doing, I'm cheating, I'm flipping it. So I'm going to flip my stencil over. I don't want it to be in the same position that it were already in. I'm going to move it round so it's not in the same position. I'm going to use a different brush. So I'm going to layer over the top, but in a different colour and a different brush. I really love this because you're layering. Now, it's an easy way of actually layering your inks without worrying. wonderful thing about, without worrying if it's wrong or if the inks blend together, the inks do blend. These are blending inks, but the colours work so beautifully together. What I really love, if you work better up here, because we're on a rotating platform, when I move this, because I'm going to move the stencil now, rather than struggling, so, and this is funny because sometimes when I'm crafting, I won't think about it. I'll just sort of struggle. Whereas actually, because it's a rotating platform, I can actually rotate the platform. That sounds so obvious, but as a crafter, I know the amount of times I will struggle because I don't even know why I'm not even engaging my brain. But sometimes I just don't engage my brain. And I don't think, oh yeah, just turn it round. It's funny actually, when I do workshops, I see people doing it. So I know it's not just me, but the rotating platform, genuinely, it does make you go, oh yeah, that's so much easier. And I love the fact it holds on to everything. It's just joyful to work with. So it is the little things in life that make things